I mean, if this is going to win it, I guess that, if anything's going to win it, that will.
A little bit of muscle from Unstoppable.
Well, the trouble is, Tunafish is an experienced player, and I think he could well smell a rat here. Oh, he does lay it down.
Unstoppable gets that one through. Needs to get a couple more through. Still in fourth spot. But as we saw with Dime Droll, things can change incredibly quickly. And, well, here's a way to change things. These are our two chip leaders with the big pairs in this hand.
Yeah, this is set to be fireworks. First Eagle with queens, Tunafish with tens. The two monster stacks.
Unstoppable and Blabbar are just going to be standing on the sidelines going, yeah, go on, fight,
Do it,
fight, pull the trigger.
Well, Tunafish re-raises.
Now, what about bet sizing here for your First Eagle? We assume Blabbar's going to fold. I assume he is. He hasn't done it yet, but...
I mean, if I was First Eagle, I want to make it small enough to induce a shove from Tunafish, but at the same time not too small that it's going to make Tunafish uncomfortable shoving that much with tens.
Okay.
That's
Just a smidge under 40 million. You like it?
Yeah, I like it. It looks like there's still fold equity for Tunafish if he shoves.
Tunafish with the tens, we can see he's in all sorts of trouble. Of course, he won't know that. He just has to decide if he's winning often enough. And in goes the money. First Eagle will call and see that he's in an awesome shape in the biggest pot of the tournament so far.
There are the stats for you. 80% for queens, 20% for tens. We could be set to see an enormous chip leader.
Well, Tunafish has sucked out once in a huge pot. He's going to need to do it again here. He won't be out the tournament. He will be in trouble. First Eagle with a huge sweat. Just needs to fade the river and gets it done. And he'll ship the 363 million
Look at all those chips.
plus pot.
5 million, 5 million, 5 million. That's amazing.
That's a lot of fun.
Wow, well, First Eagle is on a roll. Next hand, Pocket Kings.
Yeah, pretty nice time to get hot with your hand distributions. Four-handed for the biggest prize in online poker. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Or one of the biggest
you could
prizes.
say that.
Yeah.
Well, Tunafish, I think he's going to have to shove here.
Well, he's supposed to shove, isn't he?
Yes, he is. It's not his fault that First Eagle wakes up with kings. He does still have 30% equity, though.
Well, he'll need it to come in. Tunafish is the all-in player. That's a good flop for First Eagle. And a great turn as well. So an ace on the river is all that separates First Eagle from this pot and three-handed poker, and that's going to do it. Tunafish 919, an amazing run through this tournament. But the Australian leaves us with just $627,000. Yikes.
Well, and the other thing to point out is that First Eagle now has 3/4 of the chips in play, with over 460 million.
What an amazing situation for the Canadian player to be in. Blabbar may take some of these off him, though. He shoves with ace-10, call from First Eagle, and we're going to be flipping. Could be heads up if Blabbar doesn't improve. Wow.
Well, that pretty much seals the deal.
What a time to get hot with the cards for First Eagle.
He almost doesn't need it, though.
Yep. Didn't need the four. Blabbar can't improve. He's going to be out in third. The Swedish player wins just over $700,000, and we're heads up, but it looks like there's only one winner.
First Eagle wishing they didn't make a deal now, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to set Unstoppable in here. Just to remind you, they're still playing for $200,000 in cash, which is a heads-up battle for what they usually play for in the Sunday Million for first, just on top of the money they've already locked up. Amazing. Unstoppable's going to double up here.
Yeah, looks like it. Unless there's an ace on the river. And he does double up. And a quick call by him as well. We didn't mention that. Makes no hesitation. 2 Broadway cards. Get it in. Well, First Eagle still with a huge chip lead. Keeping his foot on the pedal. Ace 3 of spades.
Unstoppable will see a flop.
Speculative call. I think we can call it that. Well,
It's going to get him into trouble, right?
yes, it is. Look at that flop. All the spades. Little does Unstoppable know that his flush draw is going to be absolutely no good. And I think we're going to see the chips flying in, aren't we, Nick?
You would have thought so. Unstoppable, not with a huge chip stack. Picks up the flush draw. Probably going to find a way to get them in.
He might even lead this flop. No, he checks.
I can tell you, Unstoppable's highest cash on Stars before tonight was $800. Can you believe that?
Well, I mean, it's a story that dreams are made of, you know. Congratulations to all of the players.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be over in this hand, though.
Well, that's a big shove.
That is a big shove.
Quick call by First Eagle.
With the monster hand, and he's just 2 cards away from locking this one up and winning an enormous prize. Well, the fork is Unstoppable, a gut shot. But the next 4 doesn't change anything. First Eagle ships the last pot of the tournament. He ends up with over 600 million chips, which is fun. But far more importantly, he wins the Sunday Million 10th anniversary special. And his payday is a staggering $1.146 million.
That's right, Nick. I mean, it's just insane. $200 of $1.146 million. That's what he turned it into. And he beat 62,000 runners in the process. So congratulations, First Eagle.
Extraordinary stuff. Confirmation of all the final table payouts now. Congratulations to all of them. They've taken part in a truly extraordinary poker tournament. My thanks to Team PokerStars Pro Liv Barry for her excellent analysis. And we'll be back with more Sunday Million action right here on PokerStars.tv. Catch you soon.